KingBozo. Welcome to my 10k special. I'm doing a Q&A video if you didn't somehow already know that. A couple of weeks ago, I asked you all for some questions you might like to ask me for this video. And so I'm going to go through them now and just answer them. This video will probably be a tad different from what you're used to. First off, I've got new lighting. If you didn't see one of my more recent videos, the little salt rock lamp that I usually use off to the side here actually broke whilst filming, and so now I've got a new one, and it's a touch lamp, so if I touch it, it'll turn off, because I'm dumb and thought that was a smart thing to buy. Secondly, it's going to be a lot more casual and goofy. I'm messing around with the camera right now, doing slow visual triggers, just sort of out of habit of sitting here. It's kind of just second nature at this point to be doing something with my hands. But what I'm going to do actually is something I've not done before. I'm going to actually move my setup to a different spot. I'm going to actually stand and read your guys' comments and answer them as I go. Mostly because I didn't want to be sitting on the floor for like an hour trying to record this. I knew I'd just get dead legs after dead legs, so I figured I might try and do something different and film this standing up. So bear with me through that mess. And I guess thirdly and lastly, although this has nothing to do with what I was talking about before, I just wanted to say thank you. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you all so very, very much for 10,000 subscribers. I honestly never thought I would have this many people watching me. I'll probably get into it a little bit more as I'm answering questions. I have read through them, and I'll probably answer a couple of things that I'm thinking about now from those questions. But I just want to say, thank you so much. It's honestly like an honor to have 10,000 of you subscribed and telling YouTube that you'd like to see more from me. It's just something I'm really grateful for. So thank you. Okay, well, without further delay, maybe a little bit of delay. I told you this video is going to be weird. It's just going to be me, unfiltered rambling, going off on tangents and not really caring. Being a little bit less professional than what I usually am. Without less of what's around me, probably more of the wall and the mirror. And then we'll get to some of the questions. I actually have no idea how I'm going to structure this after this point. I may cut up the video into questions and then segment them. I don't know. Future Bozo to find out. Alright, let's move. I'm probably gonna cut. Alright, this feels so strange, standing up and doing. I feel like I'm like a what are they called? What's the YouTubers called? I literally cannot remember. Commentary YouTuber. That is what I was trying to think of. Alright. Well, you can hear my squeaky floorboard. This is why I don't stand up. And then I can't get close to you guys because it's very bright. Alright. So welcome to me standing, I guess. I'm doing this purely because it's better for my back and my legs instead of sitting on the floor down there. Actually, I will show you this real quick. Excuse the brightness. So that there is where I sit. There's my little pillow that I lean up against whilst filming. And that's my books and Inuyasha, ReZero, and then random assortment of books there. And then the TV and chest of drawers. And then I was going to say Hotaka and Hinata, that's there over there. Mitsuha and Taki-kun are those characters there. A lot of you bozos asked multiple questions. It was rather irritating at first because I really wanted to structure this video more in segmenting the questions into different categories and then answering them as the categories. But so many of you asked random non-related questions in your one thing that it made it really difficult to do that. So I'm just going to go through them one by one, and then I'll probably structure this in some way, cut them all up and put them in some sort of order. So I guess we'll see. So this one's from a pretty decent ASMR content creator too. And Mr. Boogeyman asks, how did you become the king of the bozos? Well, actually, it was a democratic election. So, thank democracy for me becoming a king, I guess. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? What is the most unusual or funny thing that has happened to you while filming? What's something on your bucket list that you haven't done yet? If you could switch lives with any fictional character for a day, who would it be? And what's the last TV show you binge watched and loved? So if I could have any superpower, I would probably pick teleportation. I feel like that's just really useful. Most unusual funny thing that's happened to me while filming, mostly just my light breaking or filming a whole video and then realizing that the little red light on my microphone was flashing the whole time, meaning it wasn't recording. Stuff like that is probably the most unusual. Not super unusual, but that's about the gist of it. Nothing really unusual happens. Something on my bucket list I haven't done yet. Go on a plane. That'll answer a few questions in future, but I haven't been on a plane, so go on a plane to go somewhere, I guess, would be a bucket list item. If I can switch lives RE0. I do not want to swap lives with Subaru. His life is miserable. So, for a day, Superman, I guess. Like, I feel like that would be cool. Just being like an immortal god alien thing. And the last TV show I binge watched was... Does anime count? I don't know if anime counts. If not, I'm currently in my 10th rewatch of How I Met Your Mother, so yeah. What inspired you to start your own channel, and how have you felt since? I was inspired by another small-time ASMR Australian content creator. He doesn't actually upload videos anymore, and I was a part of his Discord server. So, and I was chatting with him, and I don't know, it seemed like, oh, this small person could, this small time YouTuber, not small person, they're actually were the same height as me, so that doesn't matter. I can call them small because it's calling me small. Yeah, they had a channel that was starting to get traction, and I saw the type of person they were, and I got to know them a little through this Discord server. And so I thought, well, if they can do it, I've been thinking about doing it for years. So I guess now's the time to give it a shot. I already had the camera. I just went on Amazon, bought a mic that was good. So this one that I'm holding. And then decided to film a video, and boom, 3 days later I was making ASMR videos. How have I felt since? Fine, thanks, I guess. I don't know. I like making videos. It's rather fun. It's kind of daunting, especially when I first started out. Just doing it constantly was kind of new. Now it's been a year. By the time this comes out, it would have been a year since I've been making videos. So it's kind of just routine now. That a couple times a week, turn on a camera, set up a microphone, and start whispering away into your ear. Alrighty, next up, we've got good old Daisy here. Long time viewer of the channel, so that's why I know who she is. But even though that's not her name at all, but still, that's what I call her. I have some silly questions for you. Favorite Animal Crossing and Undertale character? So I guess that's two different questions. Animal Crossing, what's the, I guess Isabelle, straight up. I just like Isabelle as a character. And, there's the fox, granny. I don't remember, Audrey, I think is the name of it. The one that was named after 90-year-old grandma that was playing the 3DS game, that video that went viral a little while ago. A place I want to visit. I kind of want to go to, I kind of would like to go to Queensland, honestly, within Australia. It's, I have, a mate who lives over there, and, it'd be just easier to buy a plane ticket and go. I don't have that stuff around with, passports and, visas and, international travel. So that's, my simple answer. A more complex one would be Japan, eventually. If you couldn't tell from them, not that you can see it, I'm standing next to just, massive amounts of Japanese culture, to put it politely. To myself, that is. Favorite ASMR artist? I'll preface it by saying I actually don't like the word ASMR artist. I prefer ASMR content creator. It's I don't know, just something fine. I don't know if anybody's noticed, I'll always say ASMR content creator when talking about people who make ASMR. And as for my favorite, it's probably, it's hard to tell actually. It kind of moves all over the place. For a while it was Patrick's ASMR, was before that, it probably would have been Always Slightly Sleepy. Those two are huge influences on how I made content and structured my videos. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, and not this video, clearly this one's weird. There's a couple of VTuber ASMR people who make some pretty decent stuff actually. Recently I've been into a really small time creator, Eerie Adventures is the name of the channel, and those videos never fail to put me to sleep. There's something about her voice that's just like 3 seconds of it and I'm gone, I'm asleep. And favourite TV show character? I'm just going to say Ted because that's what I'm watching at the moment. If you could go to any anime universe, which would it be? And do you think you could survive? Depending on how old I was when you asked me this, the answer would have changed. I am, yet again, I don't know what anime universe I would want to go into. A lot of the anime that I watch is just real life, where the main character has some sort of quirk or supernatural power, maybe, kind of. I'm gonna sound so stupid for saying this. I probably would have said for the longest time Sword Art Online. I would have loved to do the getting stuck in a video game thing, Spy Kids 3. Getting stuck in a video game and trying to live. I think I could, honestly, if I got stuck in a VR video game. When you die in the game, you die in real life. I think if I had to deal with that, I'm adequate enough at video games that I feel I would be smart enough to know when to not die or to retreat. I'd like to think so anyway. We've got, how old are you and what is the backstory of your channel name? So I'll answer the backstory of the channel name first, and then I'll answer how old I am. It's a pretty stupid story actually. It's very dumb. It's very much I am a bozo kind of story. And there is a story to it. I didn't just come up with it. Someone actually called me KingBozo, and I was like, cool, that's my name forever now, please and thank you. What happened was I was at work, and one of the other employees there, a guy my age, was sitting on his lunch break, and usually I walk up to him, and he's with another guy, and they're kind of close mates. I would say they're close workmates. And so I walked into the room and I just went, "What's up, bozos?" And then he kind of wasn't looking at me. He was sitting in a chair facing the other way, and he turns around and he goes, whoa, what up, King Bozo? And I was like, I like that name. And that's it. That's how I got the channel name. It's a very mundane story, but it was funny at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna use King Bozo as my name from now on. So, and for as how old I am, wouldn't you like to know? Let's do this. I was born in the 90s. Let's just say that. Leave it a little bit of a mystery, but gives you a little bit more time. I was born in the 90s. Favorite video game, and if you could travel anywhere in time or place, where would you go? Favorite video game, Illusion of Time will probably be the answer to that. It's not I would play this forever. It's not even really a good game. It's just super nostalgic, and I probably play it once a year. I'll go back and play that. And I guess there's a couple of games I do that with, but that's probably my dumb answer. And if you could travel anywhere in time or place, where would you go? I think I would like to see early Australia, or like not early, like 1800s Australia, like Perth specifically. I think I'd like to see that. Mainly just to see what like the town was like before, like what it looks like now. I said like a lot there. You can only listen to 5 songs for the rest of your life. What would they be? I actually can't answer this question. I'm not a huge music guy. If I can tweak the question a little bit, and you ask me what album I would pick, that I could only listen to that one album for the rest of my life, I'd probably pick Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park, which I guess kind of like outs the style of music that I like, but like that, like I could answer that, but like 5 random songs. That's not really how I listen to music, is like random songs. I will listen to albums when I listen to music. Here we've got, do you have legs? I don't think ASMR artists have legs. As you can see very clearly, I don't have legs, no. I just hover everywhere I go. What's the best part of living in Australia? I couldn't tell you about Australia. I can tell you about Perth. The best part about living in Perth is that no one's here. How many pairs of socks do I own? I do not know. A lot of the socks that I own are like thick work socks. And I have like probably 10 pairs of those, but then I would also have like an equal amount of like ankle cut, whatever, like normal socks. Like not the ones that come up really high, like the bamboo socks that my work socks are. But we got some life-defining questions here. Go-to drink would be green tea. Cat or dog? I am a dog person. Favorite season? Winter. Nice easy ones. Are you anticipating any 2025 video game releases? No. No, I am not. I have not been excited for like a video game release since like Tears of the Kingdom. I think that was the last time I was actually excited about a new game being released. What's your favorite trigger? Honestly, I think my favorite trigger is someone talking. I'm going to demonstrate it. Someone talking in a soft-spoken voice, sort of a little ways away from a microphone. So let's say this was my setup. I had this sitting there, and I was talking like this, saying something, and then you get right up close, and then whisper into the microphone, and maybe move to the other side, but then go back and doing this. I think that's the most effective trigger. Do Australians dislike Americans? I hear that a lot of them do. Like, I guess that's kind of true. Like, I mean, like, I guess it's a stereotype of Australians that we don't like Americans, I guess. Yeah, we hate you. Was wondering if you draw in your free time, and if you could show us some of what you've drawn. I still do technically draw in my free time. I haven't actually used the sketching book that I bought myself like a year ago now. It's like all those years ago. It's like a year ago. Actually, I'll show it on screen. What I do is, like, at work we have sticky notes, and I'll just like idly draw on them on occasion. So these are some of the recent ones that I've drawn. So there you go. That's some of the things that I've done. And favorite Pokemon. I randomly have like a lot of Pokemon stuff around. I'm not that huge of a Pokemon fan, but probably my favorite. Actually, no, most definitely my favorite is Alolan Vulpix. I love that cute little guy. Are you single? Who knows? When did you realize you wanted to make ASMR videos? Also, do you speak any second languages? And then someone's gotten ahead of me and already answered this guy. It was about this time last year that I realized I wanted to make ASMR videos, and it was because of that small-time ASMR content creator from Australia. Just talking with him and like getting to know him a little really made that clear to me that I could do it, so I wanted to do it and prove to myself that I could. I wouldn't say I speak a second language. I've been studying for a while Japanese. I am not very good. I am very unpracticed right now. It's been like 6 months since I've properly dedicated time to learning it. I kind of like halfly keep up my Duolingo, but it's not like I'm not learning anything. I wouldn't say. I'll say what I usually say. 少し日本語は話せます。だけど、ちょっと悪い。I said I speak a little Japanese, but I'm still bad. Or I'm bad. Or like I'm a little bad at it. What does your normal voice sound like? What does your normal voice sound like when you're talking normally and not whispering? It sounds like this, but louder, and my accent probably comes through more. I would demonstrate, but it's like 1 a.m. and other people live here. This is something I've been wondering always with people who do ASMR. Do you ever get bored while recording? I wouldn't say I get bored. I don't get bored when recording. I get like conflicted. I don't know if like what I'm doing makes sense or is even like cohesive and watchable. There is a moth. That's awesome. This is a mess of a video, isn't it? That stuff happens. Like things happen and I get like not bored, but I get like I don't know what the word is. Like conflicted is the word that I would use. I get conflicted on whether or not the video is actually any good, and so I usually just persevere, and then it turns out fun anyway when I'm editing. Favorite Sanrio character? Hello Kitty themselves, probably, or like cinnamon roll, cinnamon bun. What's the one? I don't know. I really don't. I don't really have a favorite one. What are some of your core morals or beliefs? I'm interested in your perspective. Feel free not to answer. Okay. I guess really, like a non-specific one is just like a thing that I hold true that sort of dictates a lot of like how I go about life is like freedom of speech. Really, I'm a big fan of the book 1984. It's over there. I don't know why I'm pointing to it. You can't see it. And like that shows me like a world where people aren't allowed to speak freely, and so like that is a true nightmare to me. So you know, freedom of speech, like being allowed to speak your mind, is like a core belief of mine. Because I think from there, like going out, like most of my beliefs channel back up into that one. Favorite anime right now? I guess it hasn't changed in years. It would be Steins Gate. Like that's like one of my top favorite animes of all time. Although when I played the visual novel for that, it changed. You've also got ReZero, Sword Art Online. Kimi no Na wa. Yeah, I guess. Any anime recommendations? That's a hard question. I can't answer that without knowing like personal like interests and likes about like similar things like TV shows or other anime you've seen. Something I like generically will recommend to anybody is Mob Psycho 100. It's pretty universally a good show, depending on like no matter where you fall in the anime spectrum. Do you have any pets? I have 2. Technically, I have a dog and a ASMR could become your full-time job, would you do it? Yeah, technically, I would, if I could make YouTube my full-time job 100%. I think if ASMR became my job, I would probably branch out and do other styles of content, not just ASMR. I'd probably make other types of videos too. Do you have a name for your subs/fans? I thought that one was obvious. I do call you guys it quite a lot. I just call you guys Bozos. Feel free to call yourself whatever you want though, but that's just an easy way I've been referring to you guys. Lastly, when are you and Patrick gonna collab, bro? And then a bunch of crying faces. Who knows? I don't know. Would you ever be comfortable doing a room tour ASMR video? I've always wondered what... Whoa, I added a word there that wasn't there. I've always wondered since it looks cozy. I wouldn't do an ASMR tour. I would probably show off some stuff. Like, you've seen my background. You've seen my background back there. There's not really much else to show off. There's a big mirror. There's more manga there behind you. There's some figures and stuff. And then there is a mess all over the floor. So no, I wouldn't do that because you would see the mess that's just sitting there. What's your favorite game and what's your favorite show? I think I already answered the favorite game question, and for what's my favorite show? My favorite show, probably Community. I really love the first 3 seasons of Community. That's honestly what I would watch if I had nothing else to do. I just want to know what music you listen to. Music taste says a lot about a person. It depends on the day. I grew up with Burnout 3 Takedown, so if you go onto Spotify, or I guess YouTube, just type in Burnout 3 Takedown OST and listen to any song in that playlist, you'll have a fairly decent understanding of the type of music that I like. Other than that, of course, love the Beatles, one of the best bands ever. Oddly enough, recently, I've been listening to a lot of classical piano, so what's your opinion on grass? I ask everyone this. It's cool. If you could only eat one food forever, what would it be? Spaghetti bolognese. What animal do you most identify with? Frog. Favorite movie or book of all time? Favorite book? I would have for the longest time said Ready Player One, but I don't think that is my favorite book anymore. Maybe, favorite book's really hard to answer. I like The Shining and Project Hail Mary are two of my more recent or last couple of years read that I absolutely adore those books. And movie, The Shawshank Redemption, I would have said for the longest time, as well as Your Name or Kimi no Na wa. So I've got something different for this person. I did promise them in the longest time ago that when I did 10k, I would do a saying their names thing, because they missed out by a day on the saying your names video. So, hello, Hannah. I do still remember your name, or Orchid. Hi, I'm gonna say your name. You're getting that because I did say to you 8 months ago that I would do that, and I do remember. So here's me fulfilling that promise. Who would you want to do a collab with? I don't know. If I do a collab with a different creator, I would like to do it in person. I would like to be standing next to them, doing ASMR in person. I don't really like the idea of doing it I make a video, you make a video, then we mash it into one thing. Unless there was an idea where that worked really, really Would you make another saying your names video? No. I just said your name. I do remember that. And that one was really like a hassle to film. Did you graduate college or are you still in uni? So neither of those things. One, we don't have college here. I guess technically I did graduate from a college. My high school was called something college. But it was a high school. And we have TAFE here. We have TAFE and uni. I never went to uni. I went to TAFE though, and I did a diploma of software development and a certificate in programming. And I graduated that a long while ago now. I've been working full time since I was like 19, so if given the opportunity, would you go to space? What's the maximum amount of time you'd want to spend away from Earth? Would you want to visit the moon or another planet? 100%, yeah. If I could like get on a spaceship and go to space, yes. And maximum amount of time, it really depends on like how I'm feeling while I'm out there. Like if I'm by myself, like I guess that would like get to you mentally. You would be like freaking out because you're in like a little metal thing, and then like certain death is on the other side of the wall. I guess it would be the same in like a submarine. Like you're in this little metal thing, and then certain death is on the other side of the wall. I feel like I could spend a decent amount of time up there. Like if you're saying maximum, I would spend the rest of my life in space, because if it was spend the rest of my life in space or, you know, die, I would rather spend the rest of my life in space. And would I want to visit the moon or another planet? Probably another planet. I feel like that would be cooler than the moon. Favorite part about living in Australia? It's quiet. It's big and it's quiet. Expect a cut. Like here. And I'll probably be wearing a different outfit. And it'll be a different day. I've been filming for over an hour now. And I want to go to bed. And I'm not even halfway through done with your guys' questions. You asked a lot. I regret doing this. I also regret nothing, but I regret doing this. I'll see you in a sec. Hello, it's the next day. It was a lot to film all at once, so I'm doing this over a couple of days just to hopefully get through it all. So, welcome to outfit number 2. I don't know if there'll be an outfit number 3, but let's just roll with it and immediately get into the questions again. Is ASMR just as relaxing for you to create as it is to listen to it yourself? No, ASMR is not really relaxing to create, in the sense of like the whole process is not relaxing. I will admit there are certain times I'm sitting in front of the camera and it's super chill and like quiet and calm, and I'm like breathing and I just like want to go straight to sleep. Those times are super relaxing. But like the whole coming up with an idea and then setting up a camera, filming it, then putting everything onto the computer to edit it all and make a video out of it, that whole process can be very, like, it's sort of like you're doing work for it. So, and then you also asked, what's your favorite movie? I did already answer that question, so I won't repeat that. One I always wondered is about what kind of headphones ASMR artists use. After you became an ASMR artist, did you start being more picky when it came to what videos you watched? So there's 2 questions here. For headphones, like I use the same things that I've always used. My computer headphones are the same I've had for the past like 5 years. What I'm using now, plugged into the Tascam, is literally a shopping centre, like Big W is where I got them from. They're like $5. And then I'll also use, I don't think I have them nearby. I have, like Sony in-ears, wireless in-ears. They're like Bluetooth equivalent of like AirPods or whatever they are. Did I become more picky? I don't think I did. I think I've watched like a wider variety of ASMR, but like also I think I watch less of it now because I make like videos a couple times a week. I'm probably watching less ASMR now. My question is, have you travelled to other countries? If not, do you want to? No, I have never left Australia. I've never been on a plane before. I've never left my home state of Western Australia either. So, yes, I do. I do want to travel to other countries, but it's not really like it's not a priority. Something that annoys you most about being a creator on YouTube? Probably, like honestly, like coming up with video ideas is probably the thing I hate the most. The rest of the whole process is kind of easy in comparison to that. It's the, like, twice a week I try to have a video come out, and I've done that consistently for a year now, so it's like trying to find stuff that's not just a repeat of what I've already done is like a new concept and maybe something I want to try out. That's probably the hardest part of being a content creator now. What are some of your hobbies, and where did you get the channel name KingBozo? I did already explain KingBozo, someone else has asked that. But as for some of my hobbies, I like reading, I like playing video games. I do watch, like, so a bit of a long one from Emma here. The questions are down the bottom. So, what's your favourite book genre, and do you have any recs or recommendations? Do you have any hobbies or interests that you really like? Would you rather go to space or the bottom of the ocean? What fictional universe would you want to live in? What colour describes you most? And do you have an inner monologue or do you have an inner Do you have an inner monologue or head empty? Waffle pancakes or French toast? That was a mouthful. I kept messing that up. I'm just gonna try and one at a time. Favorite book genre would be sci-fi. I like a lot of science fiction, so, and like real science fiction where it's like science fiction. So Andy Weir is probably one of my favorite authors, and the three books, The Martian, Artemis, and Project Hail Mary. Just pick up one of those books. I would recommend like The Martian, or, you know, if you're feeling a bit fancy, maybe Project Hail Mary. But even Artemis is pretty good as well. Hobbies and interests. I don't know if there's any different from what I said before. Interests. I have an interest in, I guess I've been watching like a lot of like crime documentaries lately. It's not typically what I watch, but like at the moment that's what I've been into. Would I rather go to space or the bottom of the ocean? Space. I would definitely rather go to space. A lot less people have been to space. I guess no one's really been to the bottom of the ocean, but it's like kind of cooler to go to space, if you ask me. What fictional universe would you want to live in most? That I have no clue. I think I keep looking over here because I have like books on that shelf there. Maybe I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, I actually don't know what fictional universe that I would want to live in. Maybe like Minecraft or some video game or something. describes you the most? I know what my favorite color is. I'm pretty sure someone else asked me that later, so I will answer that then. But what color describes me most? Probably grey. And do I have an inner monologue? Yes, I do have an inner monologue. I can... and like have thoughts in my head. I just had a thought a sentence up there, so... I think the real cool thing is to think about when you ask like a question like that is not if someone has an inner monologue, but like what level of inner monologue do they have. Usually people find it trickier to picture like images in their head. So the test that I usually will ask people is picture an apple in your mind. Try and picture an apple, like what it looks like, whether it has like a stem or what color it is, and all that stuff. Can you see that image in your mind? And is it like detailed? Like how much detail is there that you can like see? Is it colored? Are you viewing it in like black and white? Is it in like a void? Is it, when you're picturing this apple, like what's around it? Is it in like your hand? Like are you picturing it in the room you're in? Or is it like a black space? And are you able to rotate the image in your mind? Those are like other things that I'll ask when people ask me a question like that. Because the answer is I can see colour. The apple is in a void, and to rotate it, I can do it, but it takes a lot of focus. It's very hard to rotate it in my mind, unless I'm purely focusing on that image. Waffle, pancakes, or French toast? I've never had waffles before, so French toast, I guess, because I've never had waffles. Alright, here we go. Here's a question I thought I was going to actually get asked a lot more. What is your first name? If only you want to tell us, it's definitely your choice. Bozo sounds impersonal. I would actually have to disagree with the Bozo sounding impersonal. I think it's kind of like a fun little jokey nickname you could give someone. I definitely call my actual mates Bozos. Like unrelated to the YouTube channel. I will call them Bozos, and it's kind of like I would only do that with my friends. And as for what my first name is, it's King. I thought that was obvious. Have you ever been to the United States and or Canada? No. I have never been on a plane and never left my state before. Do you have any Australian ASMR artists you'd want to collaborate with? I can think of like a couple. If you've been around the channel, you may have seen me interact with a couple of them in like the comments and stuff. Any other ASMR artists you want to collaborate with? I was gonna say like it would be cool to do something with Jojo, but I just realised he's Australian too, so like that answers the previous question. Because I've been watching him since he had like 3 videos uploaded on his channel. It was really weird to watch that guy like grow and explode from like being a nobody to being like the most popular male ASMR channel. I don't know. I would rather collaborate with like smaller channels than like go to a big channel and like promote myself. I would rather try and pull people up with me than try and get pulled up myself, if that makes sense. It's amazing like how many of these people I actually recognize just based off usernames. A lot of you, like, and then a lot of the previous ones I've been answering, I do know a lot of you and I recognize your usernames and like profile pictures. I'm saying that because this next person has left a lot of comments. How many plants do you own and what are their names? I actually don't own any plants. I used to grow a lot of like vegetables and like stuff 6 hours of travel, or more or less. I don't know how long it takes to get anywhere where you live. 6 hours, and I would still be within WA. Like, it takes longer than that to get out of my state. So I guess the favourite place to travel would be, if you go to my my channel, the banner is a picture of I took in Margaret River. So probably Margaret River is like the place that I like to travel the most. It's very nice down there. I've been there a couple times now with friends. Favorite and least favorite colors and why? I couldn't tell you a least favorite color. Probably like, I was gonna say grey, but I just said that color describes me. You know that color you used to get as a kid when you take all the different colors on the easel or whatever it was called. You'd mix them all together and you'd get that like grey brown, like awful mess of a colour. That's probably my least favourite colour. And as for favourite colour, it is 100% yellow. Yellow is my favourite colour. I absolutely love yellow. I've always loved yellow. If you could own any animal, real or not, what would it be? I think I would like to, like, if we could domesticate foxes and have like dog or cat type foxes, like as in like we've domesticated them and they act chill like a dog or a cat does. That would be. I think I would like to own a fox that's been domesticated, not just a tame fox, but a domesticated fox. Preferred music genre / music artist. If you want like preferred artists, ones that I go to all the time are the Beatles, Rush, Journey, Linkin Park, Sum 41, Green Day, Blink-182. I know that it was like a weird transition of style of music, but like those. And preferred genre, probably like 2000s punk rock. Like, I guess if I only pick one genre I could listen to forever, it would be punk rock. What's your comfort meal? I don't know about, like, I guess, like, any kind of soup is a comfort meal to me. But also spaghetti bolognese. Again, I do love spaghetti bolognese. What's your favourite thing to do when you don't want to do anything? Do nothing. That's my favourite thing to do. I'll answer that a little bit more legit me. I do sometimes like to just sit there and like sort of space out or like not really think. Can I just like either lay on the floor and breathe, or I'll sit in my chair and just like sort of zone out. Like if I don't want to do anything, that's what I'll do. Favourite artists recently? I actually don't know specifically what this means. I don't know if you mean like music artists or like painting artists or like ASMR content creators, because people call those ASMR artists. So I actually don't know how to answer that. Life advice. I do have some life advice, but I try not to swear on this channel, so I won't say it. But it's try not to be and then a word that, What was your first experience with ASMR? My first experience was, I think I've talked about this on the channel before. I remember being in like art class in primary school, and a fellow student was, I don't remember specifically what he was doing, but he was like demonstrating something on like a what do you call it, easel, like a board. He was like drawing a circle or something, and he was explaining something to me, and then I experienced tingles, and I was like, whoa, what was that? What has been the most challenging thing about creating videos? My hair keeps getting caught on the microphone. Alright, I like kind of fluffed it around a bit. Let's hope that stops happening then. I don't think so. The most challenging thing about creating videos, I touched on it before, is coming up with ideas. hardest part is like creating like 2 ideas a week to sit down and then film. Usually like I leave it to like the last minute as well. It'll be like 5 minutes before I'm filming a video and I've set up everything and I still don't have an idea, and then I'm like, okay, let's think, and I sit there for like a minute and I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do today. Would you ever consider making non-ASMR content? If so, what type of content would you make? Yeah, I did touch on that before. I would definitely like to make non-ASMR content. I've thought about it for a while, like years. I mean, like even as like a teenager, like who didn't want to be a YouTuber. As for what type of content, I don't actually know. That's like the issue with it, is with ASMR, it's like it was very easy to like understand and like know what I wanted to do when making ASMR, because I've watched so much of it. It's like sort of easy when it comes to making a video. Whereas like if I did non-ASMR content, I definitely always wanted to do like gaming stuff, like being a Let's Player like PewDiePie or Markiplier or Jacksepticeye and like those guys. I always thought it would have been cool to be like one of the OG Let's Players. And then I've also thought about doing content like other gaming content, like group stuff, like Achievement Hunter and Couch Hop and Game Grumps and like those types of like couch co-op gaming stuff. I always thought would be a cool thing to do. As well as I've been watching for years Nakey Jakey, who is, if you don't know who it is and you like video games or like just like random stuff, I guess as well. He talks about like internet culture as well. If you know who Nakey Jakey is, I think it would be awesome to be like a yoga bowl gamer and like do video essays on like topics that I like. It's like certain video games or movies or old shows that I used to watch. I think that would be really fun. Favorite song to ever exist? I can't answer that. I don't know. Favorite song? Singular? Favorite song? Hey Ya by Outkast. Do you know who Ash Trevino is? What part of Australia do you think would be best for my friend and me to move to? I am not the person to ask that. I have no idea. I've never lived outside of Perth, so you're better off looking, like if you are actually moving here, as much as I hate to admit it, you're better off looking at the eastern states, because if you're used to like more of a like big city vibe, depending on where you're from, those are probably better. You'll get like a lot less stuff going on in Perth. It's a lot more quiet, a lot more chill. There's a lot less people, but there's a lot less going on, and everything's sort of really, really spread out. So if you want to do anything, it's usually a bit of a drive to go somewhere and do something. In all honesty, probably look at Queensland, like Brisbane or something. That's probably the best place you want to go. That, or maybe South Australia. I would avoid Sydney and Melbourne, and definitely don't go to Canberra. You'd be weird if you did go to Canberra. What do you like to do outside of filming? Are you in school? Well, I guess that's a hobby. Outside of filming, I play a lot of video games and watch a lot of YouTube. It's like the two things that I do all the time. And as for am I in school? No. I work a full-time job, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It takes up a lot of my time. I did go to what we call here in Australia, TAFE. And did I answer? I think I answered that. I did a certificate for programming and a diploma of software development. So I learned how to code. code and stuff and make computer programs, but it's been a while and I do not remember. I learned like Java, C#, HTML5, SQL, like the things that I learned, and I could, if you like pulled up a programming software and like type some code, I would not even remember where to begin. I'm curious about how ASMR has benefited you in your everyday life, especially in terms of relaxation and stress relief. I'd love to hear how it's impacted you, not just as someone who enjoys ASMR, but also as an ASMR content creator. I don't think I can answer that properly. For the longest time, ASMR wasn't something that I used to get to sleep. I know a lot of people do. ASMR was just like an enjoyment thing. I didn't need to watch it. I watched it because I enjoyed doing it. It was the same thing as like listening to your like favorite song, or listening to some music, or like just like watching some like a TV show before bed. Like it was kind of just enjoyment for me. It was pleasant to experience that feeling again, and so it, like how it's benefited me. I've never really used it to get to sleep. If anything, it hinders my sleep, honestly, because I'm sitting there watching a video instead of going to bed. In terms of stress relief, though, I think it probably like unconsciously has benefited me watching it. Whether I like was conscious of that or not, it most definitely would have reduced stress, because doing stuff you enjoy, watching things you enjoy, kind of does that. So, do you have any trinkets, mementos? If so, which one has your most favorite memory? I definitely do have a lot of like trinkets. I can't do air quotes because I'll drop the mic, and I'm holding a phone in my other hand. I tend to keep a lot of random doohickeys. Over in the corner over there, there's like a little, like plastic, like tiny little chest of drawer thing that I have. And in there's just like a bunch of rocks and marbles and like little knickknacks that I've like just picked up. I do know what my favorite one is. However, I lost it, and I don't know where it went. I used to walk around with it as a keepsake. And it wasn't even anything important. It was a marble that I found that had been perfectly cut in half. Like it's broken. It was like a white marble that like, I don't know, it just like looked really cool, and it was like perfectly cut in half. And I used to like treat that as my like lucky charm. How many countries have you visited? Have you been to America? I think I already answered something similar to this. So, one, Australia. That's the only country I've been to. Here's an Aussie question for me. What songs did you vote for on Triple J's Hot 100? I'm not a music guy, so I didn't vote for anything. Sorry. What's the most important thing to you? Probably my life. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have anything else. So that's the most important thing to me. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? 10 years? I don't think that far ahead. It would be nice to have certain things, but I couldn't, like, I have no idea. No idea what I'll be doing in 10 years. What's my favorite color? Yellow. Another good ASMR content creator here. ASMR by Moss makes some really good visual ASMR. So, and his question is, what are you hiding under your bed? I don't know if I should tell you what's under there. To answer you honestly, it's a bunch of like soft toys from when I was like a kid, and not just mine. It's like my brothers and sisters as well. Do you believe in the possible phenomenon that a lot of ASMR creators look like someone you might know from real life? I've never even heard of this before, if this this is a thing. I do, like, if you're saying that, like, we watch ASMR content creators more when they look like people that we know, I would say that's definitely true. But I'd say that's true of, like, anything. When someone looks familiar, or, like, you recognize them, there's, like, a sense of familiarity there. So you're more likely to be, I don't want to say attached, but that's probably the only, like, best word that I could use. You're more likely to, what's the word? I can't think. Associate. No, that's not correct. It's not empathize. Like, where you put yourself in their place. I can't remember the word. My brain is failing me. Sorry. But yeah, like, if that's what you're talking about, like, it makes sense to me. What's your hair routine? I don't have one. Basically, run a comb through it and let it do what it wants. Maybe once, like, every week or two, I'll wash it with shampoo and conditioner. But that's like it. That's all I do. How you going right now? I'm good, thanks. Thanks for asking. Do you have any new future goals? New future goals? Just doing more of the same, really. Nothing new that I want to do in future. We'll see. Like, I'm one for doing things when I think of them, not setting future goals. And that's sort of like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it now. I'm not going to do it later. And what your favorite song is? I said hey earlier. I'm going to give you a different answer this time. Let's go with The Long and Winding Road from the Beatles. What's your favourite place you've been to in Australia? Or alternatively, what's your favourite biome to be in? Beach, outback, rainforest? So I said earlier, in my channel, on my channel, the banner is a picture I took in a place that's down in Margaret River. And it's like a tall forested area. It's the bush because we're in Australia, but it's like really tall trees, and like they just go for yonks. That was probably, and I remember the day that we went there, it was like lightly raining and then it started like heavily raining. So that honestly is both my favourite place that I've been in Australia and sort of my favourite biome, just like tall wooded trees. What's a memory you'd like to live in forever? What I just said. I actually took videos and photos, and it was the reason I bought this camera actually that I use for ASMR now. Was I went on that trip with a bunch of friends and I wanted to film it and take photos, so I bought this camera. And yeah, so I do actually have a lot of videos and photos of that place, so I am able to like live in that moment. What was your favourite fictional universe or world when you were like 16? I can easily answer that. It would have been The Walking Dead. I was obsessed with that when I was... Alright, we're gonna blast through these. Let's go. Alright. Do you like Vegemite? Definitely. It's got to be made right, but yeah, I love Vegemite. Vegemite on toast with a little bit of butter. Where's the coolest place you've been? Same answer to the question I just answered at that place in my banner. My favourite sport? Oh, that's a good question. I used to, as a kid, I was really into cricket. AFL, so Australian football. I always liked playing lacrosse in school, so why did you get into ASMR? One of my mates showed me a video, if that's what you mean. So, like, a mate recommended a video to me, and I was like, what's this? And then it explained, like, what that feeling that I knew from, like, real life. If you mean, why did I get into making ASMR? It was basically to prove to myself that I could. Do you have any pets? I believe I answered this as well. I have two, a dog and a bird. And before people ask me what the dog is. Couldn't tell you. He's a mutt of like multiple different things. And the bird is a female pink and grey galah. What ASMR tests inspired you to start? I don't recall if I answered this earlier. I think I did. I didn't give a name, and I won't give a name just for like privacy reasons, because they don't make content anymore. So I don't think they want like attention drawn to their channel. But there was a small Australian ASMR content creator, and he had a Discord server, so I joined that and got to chatting with him, got to know him a little bit, and then basically I realized that like if this dude could do it, I could do it, and so I started making videos because like basically he showed me that it could be done by like some random bozo in his bedroom, but I won't say their name because they don't make content anymore, and I don't think they really want the attention. I think that was why they stopped making videos. What's your favourite ASMR trigger, and would you maybe in future do a boyfriend roleplay? I did say earlier what my favourite trigger is. It's the soft spoken and then like up close whisper. And as for making a boyfriend roleplay, roleplays aren't really what I do on this channel. I wouldn't say no, like definitely not forever. But I don't think it would be something I would do on this channel. If I was to do roleplays, I would probably make a different channel and do that there. What's your job/career goals outside of ASMR? That's a really good question, and the answer is I don't have any. I work a job that is easy and pays well, and like I don't really have any ambitions to go into a different field, I guess. I like my job. I don't like the management, so that's the only thing. So, but yeah, career goals. I've never really been a person for them. Couple of questions. Alright, here we go. Left-handed or right-handed? I am right-handed. This is my right hand. I don't know if it's confusing for you or not. Whether I'm flipped, I don't actually recall. But there are a couple of things. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, I use my phone in my left hand. So even my unlock is my thumb on my left hand. I will use my phone in my left hand constantly. And I tend to drink using my left hand as well. But I'm not left-handed. Have you gone to college, uni? If yes, what did you study? And if no, yeah, okay. I did say this. We don't have college here. I went to TAFE and did the things that I did there. Who's your favourite ASMR artist, and what got you into ASMR? I did already answer this one as well. I can't think of like a favourite ASMR artist right now. I remember it's definitely changed over the years, like quite a lot actually. So if you're comfortable with it, tell us a bit about yourself. Who are we watching? I don't know how to answer that. That's like such a broad question as well. I'm just a bozo. That's like kind of the gist of it. I think this whole video, you get a basis of who I am by watching this whole video. So I'm a bit of a geek and a nerd, but also I don't know. I don't know. What would be your perfect date? Arcade and cider. That's usually like the go-to answer, or coffee and a walk. That's usually my like first date, I guess. Go-to answer would be that. And top 3 travel destinations. Queensland, Tasmania, Japan. Is this style of mustache a trend in Australia? I got really curious about it since the only 3 Australians keep the same mustache. I guess maybe it is. I don't really pay attention to what's trendy or not. I did this as a joke for my mates on New Year's, or 2 years ago now. I grew out, you can see it if you go to my Instagram, I grew out a really big, long beard over the year. And then at the end of it, I shaved it all off and left a big goofy mustache. And then I got a ton of compliments about it, so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm keeping this. What's your favourite Alice in Chains song? I don't know who that is, sorry. So, maybe if okay, really cool ASMR content creator. I highly recommend checking her out. She hasn't even hit 1,000 subscribers yet, which I will admit is slightly irritating in my brain that she's not hit that yet, because you don't get paid by YouTube until you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time. So she keeps making amazing videos and doesn't even get compensated for it. So seriously, check her out. But Comfy Spot asks, why did you start learning Japanese? How do you learn, and what level proficiency are you? I've always had an interest in Japan, so I started learning Japanese because it was just fitting. It made sense to me. I watch a lot of anime and read a lot of manga, so to learn the language would mean I wouldn't have to deal with it, a language barrier for that. And if I go to Japan, I kind of just want to walk around and be able to do whatever I want, where I want. So being able to speak fluently is a necessity for that. I don't want to intrude. I don't want to feel like I'm going somewhere and then I don't know what I'm doing, or I can't speak to the locals there. How do I learn? So it's changed over the years. Mostly, sorry, my arm is itchy. It's changed over the years. How I learn, mostly, I do use Duolingo. It's not that great for learning, but I've also used Genki. I went through the Genki book and was doing that for quite a while. And the other way is, what's it called? Where you mimic. I watch videos that are in Japanese, and I'll try to mimic what they're saying. What level of proficiency am I? 1% proficient. I haven't practiced in so long. I'm very bad at Japanese at the moment. It's been about 6 months since I've properly dedicated time to learning the language, so I'm out of practice. It's been a while since I watched anime as well, so even my listening comprehension is kind of lower than it was, because when you stop doing it, you forget. What's your favourite trigger / least favourite trigger? I think I've answered favourite trigger. As for the least favourite trigger, it's really harsh metal sounds I don't like. You get people with the Blue Yeti and they scratch the metal thing that covers the microphone. I really don't like that sound. What's your death row meal? Do you believe in ghosts, or have you had any supernatural experiences? What's the one place in the world that you really want to visit? Do you have any pet peeves? Do you have a specific bedtime routine? So, death row meal, spaghetti bolognese. Again, do I believe in ghosts? Not really, and no, I've never had a single supernatural experience. What's one place I really want to visit in the world? I was going to say the park down the road. That's the only place I can think of right now that I want to go. I couldn't tell you. I don't know specifically. I guess the generic answer would be Japan, but that's not specific enough. Do I have any pet peeves? People who apologize when they're not at fault really annoys me. And specific bedtime routine. Do I have a specific bedtime routine? Not really. I kind of used to. It would always be to like watch Community or The Office or Parks and Recreation. I would always put that on, watch an episode of that while laying in bed, and then like fall asleep after watching an episode. That like kind of was my bedtime routine, but I don't do that anymore. Now it's like sometimes I just like turn everything off, phone away, lay in bed for a couple minutes, and then bang, I'm out. And then sometimes I'm on my phone for a little while reading manga or something like that. What's your future goals for the channel? Is it more a space to just chill? Yeah, I guess it's kind of just a place to chill out. I don't really have any like huge goals for it. Just kind of want to do more of the same. Maybe like add a little bit more production to it. Maybe some nicer mics and maybe a better camera. But eventually I may change where I film. Maybe have like a nice cooler setup, like with all my cool neat knickknacks in the background or something like that. This might be a bit personal, but how do you go about it when people, friends, family know about your ASMR channel? Does it affect any aspect of those elements in your social life? So, my best friends do know that I do this. They're more curious about it. None of them really watch ASMR to begin with, so it's like they don't watch the channel itself. They're more interested in the behind the scenes stuff, so like the back end on YouTube, because they've all wanted to be ASMR. They've all wanted to be content creators on YouTube for as long as I've known them, because it's like everyone's dream job nowadays. But they're more interested in like how gaining subscribers works and like what interactions I get and like how everything charts. That's the stuff they're interested in. As for family and like other people, I don't tell them like random people, like people I work with, that I have a channel. And as for family, they know I have a YouTube channel, but they don't know what it is or what I do. They kind of like leave me alone to do it. They know that it exists, but they don't really question me on like what it is. I've not got a lot of questions left, but it's like very hot in here, so I want to try and smash this out before I go to bed. I don't know if you mentioned it before, but how old are you? Also, what's your favorite anime? I've mentioned my birthday before. April 13th is my birthday, for those who don't know. That I'll allow to be out there in the world. As for how old I am, I said earlier, I was born in the 90s. You can pick any year you want there, and let's just say that's the one I am. Favorite anime? Steins Gate, I would have said for the longest time, was my favorite. I actually have, my anime list, if you know what that website is, and I have like a bunch of everything that I've ever watched. Not a bunch, everything I've watched. So I can tell you, Steins Gate's probably the easy answer. What sort of movie taste do you have? You seem like a chill guy. Cheers. Thanks for that. I'd like to appear as a chill guy. So, as for movie tastes, I'll watch whatever. I'm more of a fan of comedy films. I'd rather watch a movie that's going to make me, like laugh and like have a fun time. I do like more serious films. I will watch them, but if I'm going to watch a movie, usually it's like an animated film or like a comedy, something like that. If you could do something dangerous with no consequences, what would it be? No consequences, something dangerous? I would like rob a bank or something, because like because if there's no consequences, like I could shoot someone and then the next day like they're alive again. There's no consequence. I could steal $1 million and like then like leave with it, and I would like, I think it would be fun to, if I was like an actual criminal and there was no consequences for what I did. Like I could be shot in the head and then like I just wake up in bed the next day, right? I think it would be fun to try and like infiltrate a bank and successfully rob it. Like, we're talking old school banks, like from like movie heists and stuff like that as well. Something like Payday, like think video game Payday. I think if I could do something dangerous with no consequences at all for the people, like for me and for the people around me, then yeah, I would like go guns a-blazing in a bank, so I could like basically just live a video game. I might as well just play like a VR game at that point. What's your favourite movie? I've kind of answered this. Top 2 contenders would be Kimi no Na or Your Name, and Shawshank Redemption. As well as, let me throw this in there, The Shining. I definitely like The Shining a lot. I love the book and the movie both separately, but I love both of them as their own individual things. Where did you grow up? I grew up in Perth, Western Australia, and that's where I live now. So I still live in the same place I grew up. Top 5 ASMR creators in your opinion? That I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you that at all. It's very hard to answer. In the moment, I could give you like people that I like, but I couldn't tell you who my favorites are. Hobbies? I've answered that one. I did say that before. Favorite color? Color spelled correctly as well, so that's nice to see. I did answer that. Yellow. And can I be your father? Of course. Sure thing. If you want me to be your dad, I'll be your dad. That's almost sounded like I said I'll beat your dad, but that's not what I said. If you could pick any superpower, what would it be? And what's your absolute least favorite trigger? Any superpower. I think someone else asked me that. Teleportation. I feel like it's just the most useful. I'm pretty sure that's the exact words I said before as well, if I did answer that. Yeah, just being able to like zip, and like teleport wherever would be like the most useful thing. And as for the least favorite trigger, like harsh metal sounds. I noticed in the background in your videos that you have Inuyasha manga. Who is your fave character and why? Probably just the main character, Kokome. Is that her name? Kokome? Or what's his name? The little fox guy. Shippo. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've read it, so I never watched the anime. I've only read it, so I can't remember his name. But those two. All right. Looks like I've answered quite a few of these ones already. So I'm just going to go down to the ones I'm just going to do the ones that I've not answered yet. So sorry for skipping over your questions, but I have answered these. Have you ever played any instruments / learned music stuff before? I do play piano. I know how to play piano. I'm not amazing at it. I can't read music, like sheet music, but I do know how to like play piano. If you want, you can check out my Instagram. I have like 2 videos on there of me playing like very short snippets of me playing piano. And then yeah, everything else I'll show it on screen. It'll probably take up all of the room, but I'm pretty sure the rest of these I've answered. So, where in Australia are you from, and is it the same place you grew up? I've answered that, yes. However, I'm so confused by that first bit. What? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Who is your favourite TV show character, and what character do you think you have similarities with, personality-wise? These are so, like, I can't answer questions like this. It's so hard to think. Favourite TV show character? always liked like Rick from The Walking Dead. I always thought was cool. And like I guess I've always kind of considered myself. No, that's not even true. So I was gonna say Ted from How I Met Your Mother, but that's not even true, like at all. So for the personality-wise thing, like no, I don't know. Finn from Adventure Time. I've always felt a kinship with Finn from Adventure Time. Where do you live? What's your favourite place to travel? And what's favourite food from those places? So I have answered the first two, but I can answer that last one. Favourite food from where I've travelled is... So Margaret River is my favourite place to travel. And down there they have like an Italian restaurant. I don't remember the name of it, but I got a lasagna from them when I went down there last, and it was like perfect. I've never had like a better like pasta meal in my life. I'm a spaghetti fan, but that lasagna was like beautiful. So that was my favorite food. Favorite triggers I've answered already. And hardest challenge in your ASMR career. Hardest challenge? Surviving this video. It's actually been a long time. It's like this is the longest I've actually recorded a video for, and it's quite hot. I don't know if you can tell. I'm quite hot. You can start. It's starting to show, so I may have to wrap this up soon. Would you do the live streams soon? No, I definitely wouldn't do them soon. I would do live streams, but not anytime soon. No. What triggers that you really like, but I've never done / would like to do in future? I think I'd like to do a lot more, like non-camera stuff. So not being on screen. Like I would like to get like a pair of ear microphone, like 3DOs or the Q100 or whatever it's called. I would like to have a microphone like that, and then do like stuff where I'm not really on screen and I can just like pretend like I'm there talking to you, like into your ear, and have it be more immersive. Things like that. I think I'd like to do that in future. It's not really a trigger, but like that's something I've thought about. Favorite Aussie snack? That's a brilliant question. Chicken crimpy shapes are like goated. I also really like just classic Tim Tam, so good. Snack. Tim Tam's like a biscuit, I guess. Chicken crimpy shapes. Do your friends / family know you do ASMR? If so, what do they think? I did answer this already. Someone else has asked this, and the answer is my friends do know, and they think it's really cool. Like when I told them that I'd finally hit 10k, they were like, "Wow, that's cool." And my family, they know I have a YouTube channel, but they don't know what I do. They don't really question me on it. So, where have you always wanted to travel? Answered that one like a lot already. Tasmania, Queensland, England, Japan. What fictional world would you live in if you could? If I could, let's go with The Walking Dead, just because like I want to live in a zombie apocalypse. Let's just say that. What's your favourite Aussie animal? Aussie animal? Probably the quokka is like the cute little thing from Rottnest Island. But also I do just like generic kangaroos that are kind of cool. Alright, hey, there's a couple more questions that have come in whilst I've been editing. So I thought I would just quickly throw these in while I had the chance. And one that I forgot to add that I had saved from a while ago. So I'm just going to throw these in right at the end. So first off we have, What are your top 5 favourite movies? What's your favourite movie genre? And what's your least favourite movie genre? I have sort of answered my what my favourite movie genre is. I said comedy before, I believe. And top 5 favourite movies is like really difficult to answer. I did touch on The Shining, Shawshank Redemption, Kimi no Na wa. I can't think off the top of my head 2 more right now. Let's what's one more movie that I can The Boat That Rocked. There you go, there's another one. I really enjoyed that film. I believe it goes by like a different name in America, but yeah, The Boat That Rocked. As for the least favourite movie genre, that's a new question. Probably horror. I'm not really a big fan of horror. They're not fun movies to watch. It's not that they're like scary, it's just they're never usually done right, in my opinion. Alright, this is one I got on Instagram. What kind of music do you listen to? I'm talking about music genres. I think I also touched on this. My music genre taste like varies. I did say punk rock, 2000s punk rock is very much my style. But I will also listen to like classical music occasionally, as well as lo-fi. I like a lot of 80s, a lot of 80s rock. Or like I guess pop as well. 80s pop. Anything from the 80s really. And then there's a few like things in there every now and then that are just thrown in from different eras. But it's mostly rock and different variations of rock that I'll listen to. So hopefully that answers your question. And lastly, this is a question I got a while ago, and I saved it on my computer and only found it when editing. I was putting all the questions you guys asked in the video, and then I found this and was like, oh damn, I gotta make sure I answer this one. I saved it from months ago. So since you did both theatre and choir, did you do any musicals on stage or just plays? Okay, so that was on the video that I obviously was talking about, that fact that I, in high school, was a theatre kid. I was what we called drama. It wasn't called theatre here. And no, I never did musicals. We did study musicals, but that was actually in my music class, not my drama class. I only ever performed like plays on stage. I think I did like 5 or 6 different plays. It was usually 2 different ones a year, so that hopefully answers that question, and that should now be all of them. Now on to the thing I already recorded for the ending of the video. Okay. I'm done. Oh man. Alright. Can I do visual triggers? Okay, I am done with all your questions. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I have no idea how long this video is. I have been filming this part, where I've been wearing this shirt, for 1 hour and 25 minutes. I have actually already edited the first, what I filmed yesterday. It's all done. That's about like 40 minutes already. So we'll see how long this video is. I don't expect anybody to be sleeping or like getting rest if you fell asleep during this. Wow, you don't need 8 ASMR to sleep, do you? You just pass out on like any YouTube video, because this was like a weird, rambly, incoherent mess of a video. Anyway, well, I guess it feels nice to be able to just like goof around and have a chat sometimes, I guess. Especially like actually talking to and like engaging with you guys directly. I don't know why I'm I'm stepping backwards and forth. I don't know why I'm doing this. I feel like it's not really ASMR. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm very tired. I'm very hot. It's still the middle of summer. So I will say, now the video's over, thank you again, everyone, so very, 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 very much. Thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. It's honestly like the coolest achievement that like I've done. I think honestly. I don't know, a lot of you ask me what my plan is for the future. I don't know what the plan is. A lot more of the same, and maybe a little bit of sprinkles of some new stuff throughout. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon, so you don't have to worry about that. Maybe it's been a year now. It's been a year. Wow, it's been a year that I've been making videos. I'm now realizing that it's I guess it's February 2nd today now, because it's the middle of the night, but when recording this, February 3rd was the date I first uploaded a video on YouTube. So, and then since then I've been 2 videos a week, every week. Every Wednesday and Saturday I upload a video, so yeah, it's been fun. I'm not going anywhere. I still plan to do it, depending on if you guys keep watching me, I guess, as well. As long as you're here, I'll be here. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave now before this video gets to an hour and 30 minutes. It's gonna be a nightmare to edit. Yeah, thank you again. And there's not much else I can say other than thank you. I honestly, it's so cool. I might try and do something in future as well to celebrate just how cool you guys are. So I'll keep asking you guys cool questions in the comments and stuff. It's always fun to read. Still never miss a single comment. I've read every single one, even the ones YouTube hides from me. I eventually get to see them. So, alright. Goodbye. You're probably gonna see how sweaty I am if I get close. Goodbye. Sweet dreams. I'll see you again soon.